From choosing the type of work you do and whom you work with, how much time you spend on a project, and whether you work remotely or from office, these are some of the many perks that you can enjoy if you work as a freelancer. This particular video, we will answer your queries regarding what is freelancing, the scope of career as a freelancer, and much more to understand this world of freelancing. And if it excites you, it can also have good career opportunities as well as income opportunities for you. Before we move forward of the question of how to become a freelancer, let's just first brush up our understanding and try to understand what is freelancing. And even before that, I would like to share that my name is Akshay Jalan and I am working as a senior project manager at IIT Bombay, having an experience of 11 years. And my goal is to explore, discover and grow in the career journey scientifically and systematically. Because when we work in that way, we actually help the student to choose the right career. And it's a very much problematic today in India because many students are today randomly choosing careers without understanding the science of career selection. If you want to know more about the science of career selection, the role of parents in career selection, and how to develop a mindset to learn and grow quickly, these 3 secrets will be covered in my webinar, for which you can register by going on my website jakshay.com, jakshay.com. So go ahead and register for the webinar and I'll see you live. So let's now continue with this video where we'll try to understand about the freelancing arena. So freelancing and how to become a freelancer. Let's begin with the story of Mishti. Let me just flip that icon horizontally. Now it looks perfect. So Mishti is actually working on a project that she had learned online. And she was enjoying a Saturday night by spending time with herself, doing what she loves the most. And that is graphic designing. And she developed an interest in graphic designing over these years in college. And going back to 2 years ago, when she joined this designing club in the first year, ever since she has been honing her skills as a graphic designer by learning new techniques daily. And though it was midnight, Mishti was still working on a laptop for the past 2 hours alone in her room. Meanwhile, Kruti, her roommate, came back from the night canteen and she had bought lasagna for Mishti's late night cravings. So, as Mishti opened the door after a few moments, without turning back, Mishti said, "This looks amazing. What are you working on? Is this a project?" And she glanced at her laptop. Mishti said, "I was learning about a few new techniques on Adobe Illustrator and was just trying those." He had apt skills of designing, actually, and was on the go-to person when someone needed help. So being her best friend, Kruti admired her and showed Mishti's interest lies in designing, and she was holding herself back from choosing it as a profession. Kruti told her, "I think it's time, Mishti, that you monetize your skills." So Mishti was confused and she said, "Although a few startups contacted me on my Instagram to design for their page, I don't know if I should be working for them." So I know as they were having the lasagna together, she said, "Why not? What is holding you back? Freelance is not a bad option. You can at least start with that." And Mishti, however, was not very confident about it. And she said, "I need to know more about freelancing and need to understand how it can help me, what are the challenges, whether it will be stable for me or not, as against choosing a regular job in the future." So let's see if this particular video can help Mishti, and so it can help you as well. So let's first ask a few questions. What actually is freelancing? So freelancing is associated with being self-employed and offering services on a particular project. It mainly involves working on a contract that does not mandate going on an office at a fixed time. So in order to address the question of what is freelancing, one must understand that it is not a job opportunity. In fact, it has now become a full-fledged career option for many. And it's a contract-based profession where the person, instead of following the traditional 9 to 5 working setup, he uses his or her skills and expertise to offer services to the clients. Clients could be anyone. It could be an individual or a company. And this traditional 9 to 5 style has transformed as technological interventions are changing the way we work. And so this has paved for a more convenient form of work lifestyle, such as, you can work as an independent worker, a freelancer, or a gig work also. Now that we know what is freelancing, before we move ahead, let's also try to understand about the gig economy and culture. So what is gig economy? The gig economy is actually based on freelance jobs, temporary and flexible work structures, where companies or organizations or startups or any other form of business, they will hire freelancers or gig workers on a contractual basis for short-term projects. Now this gig culture stands mile apart from the traditional fixed work culture. Because it will include independent contractors, freelancers who can do the same work as a full-time employee, but it is more cost effective and flexible also. And there are many kind of these things are also going to be avoided. Like if an employee hires company is hired by an employee, sorry, if an employee is hired by a company, and then there's a project gets over, then it is required that you need to compensate the employee something, or morally also you feel bad that you need to let the employee go. But here it is already preset that you're hiring them for a contractual basis or for a temporary period. So once the contract for the temporary period or the project is done, it is completely fine if you let go of those freelancers or the independent contractors. So according to the BW Business World, the future of India's startup and gig economy is dependent upon digital innovations and a more mature digitized ecosystem. So this intervention is happening a lot. So let's look at freelancing more. What does all this have to do with the future of freelancers, is you may ask. Well, the momentum with which the freelance jobs in India have risen to a significant level shows that actually in the coming years, India's workforce will witness a steeper rise in the shift towards the gig economy. And as per a study by Kelly OCG titled Workforce Agility Barometer, about 56% of the Indian firms surveyed, the percentage of temporary workers or freelancers in the total employee pool was actually more than 20%. And let's try to understand why freelancing has become so popular. So, and why is this shift there towards this independent working culture and the big economy becoming such a big deal? So before we focus on how to become a freelancer and what is freelance job all about, let's address the above important questions first. So McKinsey, which is a global institute, study reveals that millions of jobs are becoming automable and they are becoming wiped out in the coming years. We are already hearing the news about many layoffs happening in many companies thanks to the automation. From designing and hand drafting to editing or bookkeeping, several job roles would no longer exist. Even telecalling is becoming automated. So soon AI and robots will take over these jobs, and further new jobs will be created for more cost and time effective outcomes. So did you know that all of the anticipated changes due to technology have already created new roles like web developers, app developers, social media marketers, search engine optimization consultants, user experience designers. Moreover, Airbnb hosts, Instagram influencers, and YouTube stars are all major drivers of the gig economy. And there's a recent research by MGI which suggests that by the year 2030, almost 8 to 9% of the occupations will cease to exist which are there today. And India has also emerged as the 5th largest country for flexi staffing after US, China, Brazil, and Japan. So all in all, this gives the future freelancers a green signal to aspire and expect more freelancing jobs to come in the coming years. And what freelancers or independent workers or gig workers are expecting in the coming times? So by looking at the market trends and demands in the outsourcing and companies hiring freelancers for short-term projects or contracts, the future of freelancing is actually just shaping up right now. So starting from perks freelance jobs offer and why it is grabbing the millennials' attention is because it offers them alternate arrangements, flexibility, and they can choose a lot of freedom and maintain a work-life balance. So, with the blurred lines of personal and professional lives, people are all seeking today flexible work hours, the freedom to work from home, and the fact that they also get the opportunity to work on different or diverse projects to upskill themselves in various areas. Now let's look at some freelance domains. Now, the meaning of freelance and temporary work structure has been discussed at length already, but that does not mean that we have completed it. Not only would you have to pick up a skill or hone your current skill set to be able to match the market needs and demands, but you also need to be really good at it. It's not so easy as it sounds. So while thinking of building your career in freelancing, there are a plethora of industry options you could choose from. But remember that while you want to pick up a niche to start freelancing, you must have certain industry specific skills that are required in the particular field. This would prove your credibility and increase your chances of getting recognition and work. So what could be those top areas of fields for opportunities in freelance? They are information technology, accounting and finance, HR and talent acquisition. It could be editing, proofreading, writing, web development, designing. These are some of the very areas where you could work as freelance. And let's look at some of the freelance online platforms. So, it's not that, today we need to create networks or build connections and chase after, hunting potential clients. With advancing technology, there are a plethora of online platforms have been created for both contractors and freelancers to connect and share details about the demand and work requirements. These online platforms, they help freelancers as well as those looking for hiring prospective temporary workers to connect on a single platform and get access to jobs and work opportunities. So to help freelancers in getting jobs and creating an income source, Many such online platforms, they will offer diverse activity. Some examples are Guru, Fiverr, 99designs.com, Freelancer, Truelancer, TopTal, Tallymax, Catalan, TaskRabbit, Flexing It. So many are there. So you can log into these online sites, and they offer a single platform where freelancers can create their portfolios to attract potential clients. And these platforms, although they may charge a fee for using the services, they help freelancers connect and earn money either working remotely or otherwise. So now that you have a clear idea about what is freelancing, the freelance profession and everything associated with the gig economy, let's understand how to become a freelancer. So here are a few tips you can consider before you step in the freelance market. So you can work on the terms and conditions, getting paid for providing quality services, and connecting with the clients. What is freelancing mostly all about? So it is not rocket science, and neither it is a new phenomenon for this world. It is a way of working, a lifestyle which you actually adapt to, while consequently upgrading your skills to stand apart from the crowd. So to be a really good and successful freelancer, these are the following pointers that you must consider. Check not if freelancing is going to work for you, build network and gain experience, build a brand, create a portfolio, and take the required efforts. Now, next is how to understand is freelancing going to suitable for you. Just like just like working full time, it's not for everyone. Freelance jobs can be overwhelming for some. The working pressure and deadline submissions are part of any job, but the work-life balance really takes a toll if you're not a pro in managing your time and keeping up with project deadlines. Not only the work-life balance, but many people also need targets and fixed working hours as they cannot handle the uncertainty freelancing comes with. Therefore, better to get yourself struggling in the freelance arena. Make sure you haven't really quit your full-time job or dropped out of school or college. If you're not able to decide, then consult experts and talk to them about your doubts. All in all, be aware of your likes and dislikes before you can take any major career decisions. Next comes build networks and gain experience. So not only networking on various platforms is necessary, but a very significant feat if you're stepping into the field of freelancing. As a freelancer, you will always need a comprehensive portfolio of your work experience to showcase your skills and be a strong competitor in an extremely nerve-wracking profession. So for those who are starting early as freelancers, you would need to work a lot harder to get clients, build connections, create a trustable profile on any platform you may choose. So it is a process where you may initially need to start from scratch, and as a fresher, it may take some time to get well-paid clients and also get the work you want to do. So if you're starting early in your career, it will be advised that you take time and gain hands-on experience first and then enter the world of freelancing. It is possible that you could even do a job for 1 or 2 years, get some experience, practical experience from the industry, learn the state-of-the-art methods, and then go for freelancing. That is very good for the entry level. This may get you the right industry experience, and you can even have some funds and savings, which may be required because initially you may or may not get certain clients, or you may need to invest in certain tools, etc. as a freelancer also. It depends before you took the final jump. So freelancing platforms are just a click away, where you can connect with the clients of your liking. Not only these platforms give you access to hundreds of potential clients, also provide security and protection from frauds. Then comes build a brand of yours. No, we're not asking you to invest in some brands. We're talking about you as a brand for yourself. The more time you spend in building up a profile or portfolio on any freelance platform, the more are your chances of achieving a stable and valuable client base. So gone are the days of creating curriculum vitae. Nowadays, most of the online freelance platforms have pre-designed templates where you can create a portfolio in simple steps in a few minutes. You need to be on top of your game, obviously, to stand apart from the crowd. So be creative and think out of the box, and the presentation matters of your portfolio. Build a portfolio that will bring you endless opportunities and help you to strengthen your work profile. Yes, again I'm saying portfolio is very, very important. So even if you have excellent skills and experience, but unless you demonstrate that properly, then the people will not be able to understand what you're bringing to the table. And there's a possibility that you may not be approached for work. For that to not happen, freelancers must have a strong portfolio to reach out the best clients. When you create a profile, you must make sure that it exhibits the skills and expertise. Next comes how to make efforts in finding work. It is often misunderstood that freelancers are always crammed with work. Well, freelancers have to keep hustling for more work and develop networks so that they actually don't run out of work. Initially, you may find it challenging to get any projects, but once you acquire experience, it may help you to get started. What is freelancing if you can just sit back and work on your pace? Well, yes, it is. But it needs some more efforts, and you will have to keep hustling for a new project before you even finish the deadlines for a new work. You see, this way you never run out of work and you always have options close by. And most importantly, accept only projects or contracts that you can actually dedicatedly commit to. And also see, you must have a frequency matching with the client you're working, so that you can actually be happy and content with the work you're doing. And the project you've committed to, it will suit your workflow, your timing, etc. Because if crack a high pay project in which you end up making mistakes, would lower your reliability, and there will be different difficulty in retaining the client. And also there could be chances of the word of mouth also has a major impact in getting freelance projects. The word of mouth may actually get affected, or the reputation may be at stake also. So take projects which you can actually do. So after going through the presentation, Mishti got to know about the insights of freelancing. She understands now that it will not only let her work independently, but it will also increase her earning potential with exceptional skills. She can have flexible working hours, and she will not disturb her freelancing time. So she thought that she will start with some freelancing assignments as she is in her college. And then, if she gets an opportunity, maybe in the future, she will try to work at a company as a full-time freelance designer, take some experience and see whether that suits her. If she works as a full-time designer at a company, if she doesn't suit her, she will go back to freelancing. Now, after going through the presentation, what do you think? Do you like to work as a freelancer on your own terms? Then freelancing might be right for you. But let me know in the comment box, what do you feel? Do you want to go as a freelancer, or do you want to go as a full-time? Or do you have any other option in mind after going through this video? I'll wait to read your comments and respond to them. So, while India is all set to enter the gig economy and create temporary job opportunities for freelancers, there is still a lot to look out for before one takes up freelancing as a career option. So if you're still puzzled and not sure whether freelancing is the right option for you, I would suggest you to go to my website jakshay.com, understand the various services, like the tools we use like psychometry, astrology, and consulting, that can actually help you take the right call in your career journey. And I hope this video was actually helpful for you and helped you understand many insights about freelancing and how to take it to the next level. Now you have a responsibility that you should pass this information to your friends, colleagues, and other parents. So please share this video, like the channel, like the video, and subscribe to this channel, so that more people can know about it. And when you subscribe to the channel, the next video on career guidance on some interesting topic may come your way. So thank you very much, and all the best.